devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently. We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Irv Gotti.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle? You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of famous fun.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. And this is your daily guidance. Hold on, give me just a second. Let me drop this link on Twitter real quick. Let me drop this link on Twitter. All right, everyone, please come in giving the likes up. Getting the likes up. All right, it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, thank you for your cooperation and participation. All right, I'm just going to drop this link real quick. Hold on. Now, with that all being said, shout out to all of my loyal royals in the chat. Thank you for tuning in, beloveds. Hold on. What is going on here? Hold on. For some reason, this link doesn't want to share. Okay, all right, Leon, Juju, RG Titans in the house. Nessie X is here. Dancing in the house. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you all here now. Anita Harrell. All right, we had to get right black into it. Beloveds, because there's a new lawsuit that has been filed against Irv Gotti. All right, it's been filed against Irv Gotti, and it's very interesting because I was just talking about Irv Gotti, if you recall, was just talking the other day about how they snitched Diddy and Jay-Z. Yeah, the alleged federal informants, how they snitched on Irv Gotti, Dame Dash, Suge Knight, and Jay Prince. Okay, so now the link's all set. So let's get into it. Hold on, beloveds. All right, sorry about that. I had to tell someone something real quick. Okay, so let's get into it. Andrea says, Alexa, please play Don't Cost You Nothing But by Ashford and Simpson. All right, exactly. I don't know why you don't want to get those likes up, people. The queen is out here working hard to bring y'all. Hold on, let me turn this down. The queen is out here working hard to bring you all these receipts. Doing my due diligence. So let's get into it, honey, because Jane Joe has some things to say about Mr. Irv Gotti, and I have the lawsuit, so let's get into it. With that all being said, you know, Irv Gotti has not come out and given a response or a comment. He has not come out and said anything as of yet. I'm sure he'll deny these nefarious allegations. Okay, so let's get into it. Sued for S assault and accused of rape. This came out just a few hours ago. All right, so let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, it says Irv Gotti sued for S assault in Miami. Jane Joe claims that Gotti assaulted her from 2020 to 2022. Now, I did a TikTok on this as soon as I heard about it. Y'all know I have to get my TikToks out first. Okay, so it goes on to say, warning. The following article contains triggering language related to S assault, abuse, and rape. So Irv Gotti has been sued for S assault in Miami-Dade. Okay, according to the Miami New Times report, they say the 54-year-old Jane Joe has accused the mogul of raping her on several occasions. The unnamed woman states that the incidents occurred between 2020 and 2022. Now, mind you, Irv Gotti's real name is Gotti Nee Irving Domingo Lorenzo. All right, so she says this happened in St. Martin, Miami, and Atlanta. Joe claims that she met the music exec in the summer of 2020. And she says that Gotti allegedly took her on vacation to St. Martin. Now, here's where it gets tricky for me. This is where it all gets tricky for me, where I'm not believing this lady's story as of yet. I'm going to need some convincing. Jackson. Now, we know Irv is nefarious in some ways because remember the whole incident with him and Ashanti. Ashanti said he was lying. He said that things happened. I don't know who's lying. There may be some things that Ashanti may not have wanted people to be privy to, so I don't know. But at the end of the day, this is where the story gets tricky for me. That's why I don't like to jump to conclusions. You know that saying that they love to tell you, believe all the women? Well, if we believed all the women, what would that say about people who lied on those like Emmett Till? What would that say about the woman who lied and got that whole riot started down there, the race riot massacre in Rosewood and other places throughout this country? So I don't like to just believe people because they make accusations, because like the attorney said, anyone can make any accusation about anyone or anything, and they don't always even have to have proof. Look at how they lied on Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby. So let's not just go there. I know people love to paint narratives, but let's get into it. Because here is where it gets tricky for me. Now listen to it. Doe claims that she met him in the summer of 2020 and he took her on a trip to St. Martin. She says that on that trip, she says allegedly he took her on the trip where he began to coerce her into having intercourse. Now the woman claimed that he gave her an ultimatum. Have sex with him or she would be sent home. She would be sent home. Either have relations or get sent home. Well, here's the thing. If I'm on a vacation with someone that I just met and I don't know you like that, and you're not my man, and you take me on a trip and you say either give me what I want, have sex with me, or you're going home, well, I'll go home. I'll go home because no matter where I go, I keep my own cash, my own credit and debit cards. So I could just absolutely go home. Now, if you stayed knowing that this man wanted Seggs with the G's, if you knew that's what he wanted, why did you stay? Leon said homebound. Hallelujah. Exactly. Now, only a fool, only somebody insidiously obtuse would stay on that trip knowing that they didn't want to have sex with that person. But let's continue. Now, it further goes on to say, shortly after, now here's where it gets even worse for me. Shortly after the St. Martin trip, Doe claims that the two became a couple. Say what now? This man that took you on a trip, gave you an ultimatum, said either you put out or get out. Either you give me them cookies or you gonna hit the road, Jack. Because I'm gonna need them snacks. And she didn't want to do it. She felt that she was coerced into having intercourse. Coerced into intercourse is called sex assault. So if you had sex assault, or if you were sex assaulted, you then get into a whole relationship with this person. I'm going to need somebody to make it make sense, Miss Jane Doe. Anyway, goes on to say, now mind you, this is just my opinion. You can agree or absolutely disagree. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just telling you how I feel because I have critical thinking skills and I always exercise common sense. What I'm not going to do is get in a relationship with somebody who else assaulted me. But let me continue. So she goes on to say that they became a couple and dated for 2 years. But the relationship allegedly gave way to constant abuse. The woman stating that she would have to perform sexual acts on the mogul against her will. Why would she be surprised if he did the same thing on the trip when they went on their date? Would you not think that in a relationship you're going to have to put out or get out? Okay, this is all crazy. Now, Jane Doe recalled another incident from a Miami trip in January of 2022 while staying at the Four Seasons Hotel. Doe claims that Irv Gotti forced her to give him fellatio. He must have told her closed mouths don't get fed. Pun intended, but let me continue. A trip to Atlanta found Gotti allegedly forcing her to perform fellatio on him in an Uber. But following the Atlanta incident, the relationship ended. Honey, the relationship would have ended for me before it got started. As soon as I went on that trip and he told me you got to either put out or get out. Oh, yeah, I done gotten out real quick. Now, her legal documents basically said that she suffered emotional, psychological. Let's get into those documents. Honey, this is all crazy. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm not convinced. Let's see if the documents convince us, because I haven't read them yet. But let's see if these documents convince the Queen, honey, because right now it's all sounding real sketchy to me, like a bunch of foolishness, like somebody who's got buyer's remorse, so to speak. Like you got in a relationship with this man now. You're hard on money. You following hard times and need you a few coins, perhaps. And so, oops, wrong thing. You might need you a few coins. And so now you want to talk about being coerced and raped and assaulted when you willfully got in this relationship with the man that you claimed assaulted you on a first date or early on in the relationship on a trip. Okay, here it is. Now, this was filed, mind you, on July the 11th. And this isn't a very lengthy lawsuit. Now, it says Jane Doe, the plaintiff, versus Irv Domingo Lorenzo Jr., a.k.a. Irv Gotti. Plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, hereby states her complaint against defendant Irv Gotti Lorenzo Jr., a.k.a. Irv Gotti, for sexual assault and rape based upon personal knowledge and information and belief. Now, the parties. Plaintiff Jane Doe is an individual who was during the relevant time period a resident of Florida. Upon information and belief, defendant Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., a.k.a. Irv Gotti, is an American DJ, music producer, record exec, and the CEO and co-founder of Murder Inc. Records. Now, jurisdiction and venue. This court has jurisdiction because the amount in controversy exceeds the jurisdictional limits of all lower courts that may otherwise have jurisdiction, not counting interest and cost. Venue is proper in the Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit in and for Miami-Dade County, Florida, because a substantial portion of the conduct underlying the complaint occurred in this county. Now let's get to the statement of facts. Plaintiff met Irv Gotti through a mutual friend at a poker tournament in the summer of 2020. Gotti invited the plaintiff to go on vacation with him in St. Martin, to which she agreed. After flying her to St. Martin, Gotti coerced plaintiff into having sex with him. Gotti specifically threatened plaintiff that he would send her home if she did not comply with his demands. Accordingly, and due to his power and influence in the music world, she complied. So I want you to pay attention right there. Now, this is what she's trying to do in the document. Please pay attention. She's trying to make it appear as though the only reason that she complied is due to his influence, okay, and power in the music world. Now, this man said to her, allegedly, according to her own words, either you gonna have relations or you gonna leave. So due to his influence and power, she complied. No, she complied because she wanted to. He gave her a choice. If he was going to force her, would he have given her a choice? You can either do it or you can go home. Now she wants to blame it on influence and power. No, you complied willingly. And to prove it, she further got into a whole relationship with him. That's how you know she did what she wanted to do. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but it all sounds suspicious. Now, following the trip to St. Martin, Gotti and plaintiff entered into a relationship for 2 years. Plaintiff suffered constant abuse at Gotti's hands. Now, during this abusive relationship, Gotti demanded that plaintiff perform unwanted sexual acts and often berated and scolded her. Notably, in January of 2022, Gotti flew plaintiff out to Miami, and the two stayed at the Four Seasons Hotel. There, Gotti forced her to perform fellatio on him in the elevator. Let me tell y'all something. By this point, she knew he was freaky. This sounds like kinky relationships. Because for one, pay attention. Now, she alleges that he had her to do certain things in an Uber. So now she says he told her to do things in the elevator. Well, honey, if you didn't want to do those things, you should have just broke up with him. You should have just left. Okay? I'm sorry. Right, Leon, 2 years. Now, you're in a relationship with this man for 2 years after he supposedly gave you an ultimatum in the first place. think who goes on a vacation, a trip out of the country with somebody they don't even know like that? She literally had just met him. But let me continue. Now, it goes on to say, says he made her, where am I at? Hold on. Okay, says he got her to perform fellatio in an elevator. Later in the summer of that year, he flew her out to Atlanta and again forced her to perform fellatio on him in an Uber. Following this event, the relationship ended. Now, as a result of this sexually abusive relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. These injuries continue and affect plaintiff to this day. Moreover, plaintiff has been made aware that Gotti is slandering her to his vast social network and around Los Angeles. Now, as a result, and in addition to the severe emotional distress described above, plaintiff now fears leaving her home. So let's talk about cause of action, the assault and battery. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates the preceding paragraphs 1 through 15 as if fully set forth herein. It's saying defendant's sexually offensive actions were conducted in his individual capacity and intended to cause a harmful or offensive contact with plaintiff. A harmful, offensive, unprivileged, and unpermitted contact with plaintiff actually occurred as a result of defendant's intent. Now, the acts perpetuated by defendant against plaintiff were against plaintiff's will. And as a result of the egregious sexual conduct perpetuated by defendant against plaintiff, plaintiff has experienced and will continue to experience severe mental or emotional anguish, as well as pain and suffering and loss of dignity damages. Plaintiff accordingly demands attorney's fees and costs and compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Now, the second claim is intentional infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates the preceding paragraphs 1 through 20 as if fully set forth herein. The aforementioned sexual assault and battery of plaintiff was intentional. Defendant's intentional actions and inactions set forth above caused severe and debilitating emotional distress to plaintiff. Defendant's conduct was malicious, wanton, and willful. Well, so was hers. So was hers. Please pay attention. Now, I'm not going to say hers was malicious, but hers was wanton and willful. She willfully stayed on that trip. Don't try to act like you were worried about his power and influence now. You knew he had power and influence when you met him, but you still chose to go on that trip with him knowing that you didn't know him that well. And then once you got there, he gave you an ultimatum according to you and you stayed. You could easily have left and send me home. But then even after that, to add insult to injury and make it even worse, you get into a whole 2-year relationship with this man. Was that because of his power and influence too? Was he holding a gun to her head? Did he force her, coerce her, threaten her into being his woman? I don't know, but let's continue. So it goes on to say, plaintiff seeks compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial and an award for attorney's fees, costs, and disbursements. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's intentional acts, plaintiff suffered temporary and permanent injuries, has endured significant pain and suffering of both mind and body, and will continue to endure such pain and suffering in the future. Has incurred medical expenses in an undetermined amount and or will continue to incur medical expenses in the future. So she knows she's never going to get better. She knows she's never going to stop having psychological trauma from this. She's going to always need psychiatric help. Is that what she knows? Find it interesting. Goes on to say, has suffered damages for the lost enjoyment of life and lost the ability to perform usual activities, resulting in a diminished quality of life and loss of enjoyment of life. She can't even enjoy her life. This is all crazy. Jury trial demand. Now, plaintiff hereby demands trial by jury of all tribal issues. Plaintiff requests the following relief for the violations set forth in the complaint: compensatory damages, including those for mental anguish, in an amount to be proven at trial that exceeds the jurisdictional limits of all lower courts that may otherwise have jurisdiction. Also, an imposition of penalties available under application laws, litigation costs and expenses, including money or attorney's fees, and any other relief that the court deems just and proper. This was dated July the 11th of 2024 and signed, respectfully submitted by Adriana Alcalde, okay, Esquire. All right. All right, that's short and sweet. That's short and sweet. So what do you guys think about that? I find it all interesting. I find it all very interesting, just to be honest. I'm not just convinced. I'm not convinced. This isn't like a case with Diddy with a whole bunch of people coming out. Maybe if some more people come out and start saying things that make sense, because this does, in my opinion, maybe then I'll change my mind. But as for now, this sounds like a bunch of BS. Re-educated Soul said, never been an Irv Gotti fan, but this sounds cappish and lot lizard-esque. Okay, I'm not a fan of Irv Gotti either. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I'm not going to see, you know what I'm saying, give my honest opinion about it. I just don't believe her. I don't understand why anybody in their right and good mind, anyone with common sense and critical thinking skills, would sit up here and deal with someone in a whole relationship for 2 years after they treated you so disrespectfully, according to her allegations, treated you so disrespectfully early on when you first met them. Okay? I don't even see it. Giving gap in an Uber elevator or a ladylike moves is says Rich gets up. No, it isn't. Okay, it isn't. It isn't ladylike. So that's disrespectful. If you were forced to do that without your compliance, but why would you do it? Second of all, why would you be in a relationship with this man? Honey, please make it all make sense. Now let's talk about Irv and Ashanti. I'm going to go to the video that Ashanti did where she was talking about Irv Gotti. Said Irv Gotti was lying on her. Now, just because he lied on Ashanti doesn't mean that he did something to this lady. Keep that in mind, okay? Just because he lied on Ashanti, if in fact he did, if he's alleged to have lied on Ashanti. So if he did lie on Ashanti, that doesn't mean that he did something to this lady. Her story's just not adding up or checking out with me thus far, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so we can watch this interview. Because I remember this when it first came out. It sounded like Irv Gotti was clout chasing in the case of Ashanti. Sounded like he was doing a little clout chasing. Some of you all men, some of you all do that. I'm not saying that that's what he was doing, but that's what it sounded like he was doing. Please pay attention.
Business and pleasure problem, right? So when the personal relationship is no longer serving you.
But see, let's clear this up.
Okay.
We're not going to say relationship. We dealt with each other, but having was Irv my boyfriend? Was I his girlfriend? Never.
Really?
Never. So,
well, was he married? He was still married at the time, right? He was married.
That's my point. Irv had several girlfriends, you know? So I'm a little confused by...
Let me pause right there for a second. Now, I don't know who's lying. I don't know if Ashanti was telling the whole truth or if Irv was telling the truth. Or somebody could have been lying. Both could have been lying. But let's look at it like this. If in fact Ashanti knew Irv was married, and if she was messing around with him, do you really think she wants to expose that? Do you really think she wants to tell that story? Now, she said we were dealing with each other. Now, when a woman says they're dealing with a man, they're not talking about just being friends. They're not talking about just being friends. Once in the chat, if you believe that when a woman says or a man says they're dealing with someone, once in the chat, if you take that to mean that they were more than just friends. Once in the chat, if you think that means more than just friends. Because if I'm friends with a man, I'm going to say I was friends with him. If I say I was dealing with him, that means I was doing a little bit more than being just a friend. I don't have to be his girlfriend, but we still could have been getting busy. So Ashanti, what are you really saying? You know, see a lot of ones in the chat. That's all I'm saying, honey. Please pay attention. And who wants to cape to having relations with a man that they know is married. That doesn't make you look so good. So now some women don't want to tell that. All I'm saying, so I'm not just gonna say Ashanti told the whole truth in this interview. But please let's continue.
The thought, you know what I'm saying, and the label and the description.
Okay.
So back to your question.
The personal relationship. Well, whatever the personal relationship, personal situation. When you take that out of the equation, what does that do to the business relationship?
For some people, you move on and you keep doing business and you keep getting money and you keep expanding your brand and you keep being successful. And for other people, you turn bitter.
How did it affect your career?
I mean, Irv got into a dark place. Like, he was blocking a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, Irv was like telling DJs don't play the record. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Again, we already
he never called me and said that to me. Just full disclosure. But that's something he did factual.
And
okay.
Again, we already spoke about him not allowing me to come to the studio. You know, he was just telling people don't work with me. He was telling people, you know, I remember when he told my stylist at the time, Rosie, they've known each other way before we did. She was his assistant before I ever was signed or came around. So they had known each other for a really long time. And he kind of was like, if you fuck with Ashanti, you don't fuck with me. And that's what he told every single person on the label, in the building. If you talk to Ashanti, if you go to Ashanti's birthday, if you support her in any way, it's fuck you. So that was like really weird for me.
Did that scare you in any way in terms of like your future? Are you worried about your career at that point?
You know, it was scary. I will admit it. It was scary because I understood that he had power and I understood how the world viewed us together as a whole, Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? With Irv being the head of the label and, you know, providing all of these amazing opportunities. You know, when a person gets in that position to flex their power, it does become scary. And it's like, okay, so if I don't agree with this and I don't like this and I feel like I'm being forced and manipulated, what do I do? How do I handle that? I still got bills. I take care of my entire family. I take care of a whole lot of people. What do I do? You know what I mean? So it's very scary. It's very scary.
You didn't let it make you want to stay. That fear.
I stayed for a while. You know, because, you know, when someone is consistently saying to you, you ain't shit, fuck you, you're not even fucking loyal, you know, I made you, I made the world want to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? He would say, you know, he would say, you know, niggas want to fuck you because I made you look like that. I made you fuckable. In those exact words. Wow. So sometimes, you know, and like I'm strong, you know what I'm saying? Again, like I grew up with boys, you know, I was always the only female on the bike. I was a tomboy. I had a dirt bike, you know, so, you know, I was strong. I still am very strong, but sometimes it would make me think about things like, oh, damn.
Did he?
You know, and then I would have to snap out of it, you know, because I started to trust my team more and get a team and build a team of people around me that were talking to me and explaining certain things and strengthening my battery and sharpening my sight and my tools. And, you know, like Irv wanted his accountant to be my accountant. You know, he wanted to control all my finances. You know, he wanted me to invest in, what was it? Irvin Jeffries. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, why? It don't say my name. It says Irvin Jeffrey, motherfucker. So
you can laugh now.
Now I can laugh,
yeah.
you know. But when you think about it in hindsight, it is hurtful because this is a person that you trusted and that you thought really had your best interest.
I gotta imagine that you were you had huge records, you were a big artist. I gotta imagine people were swarming when you became kind of a free agent, right? Did that happen at that time, or were you not free? Like, I don't really know the business, like what was happening, but I would imagine there were people who wanted to sign you, people wanted to produce for you.
I went in the studio with Dr. Dre, and it was like a really dope moment. And I went and I played records for him, and he was very impressed. And I was just, I was trying to act like I wasn't nervous, And
this is the first time you're out of, you're with somebody else out of the squad, right?
Yes,
you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not just somebody.
Not just somebody,
right?
I'm talking about Dr. Dre. Me and Dre were talking about a deal, and when I was talking to Irv about it, he had said something like, "Well, I want 90% of anything you make, like for the rest of your life." Like something crazy, but he was serious, and I was just like, but I don't understand. You don't want me around. You told me to get the fuck away from Murder Inc. I get the fuck away from Murder Inc. I go and try to get a situation, and then you tell me, well, no, because then I want this and this and this forever.
Okay, there we go. Whew. I don't know what happened, but that was stuck on the screen. Okay, so now we heard from Ashanti. So what do you all think? It sounds to me, Sherry said, what happened? I don't know, honey. Technical difficulties, I guess. But here's the thing. So Ashanti was saying that, Irv started acting some type of way and trying to be controlling or whatever, and that may have been the case. A lot. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I actually think it may be my internet connection. I don't think it's ScrewTube this time. It could be them. I don't know. It looks like the internet's still on, so might be ScrewTube. Anyway, let's just try to get this done, beloveds. Okay, so let's listen to what Irv Gotti said when he was asked about him finding out about Nelly and Ashanti, because he said Ashanti didn't come out and tell him this, I don't believe. He just found out some type of way. Okay, so let's listen to what he had to say. Like some, everyone, please like and share. I'm not going to play the video because I don't have permission. I'm just going to play the audio. All right, here we go.
How I found out. How you found out? NBA package. I like watching sports. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium? We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I can't wait for this full episode. I cannot wait for.
Okay, so he said he didn't know anything about it, and then Nelly walked in with Ashanti. So let's go to the article where it talks about that. Irv Gotti says he was in love with Ashanti when she started dating Nelly. Do you all remember that when all this whole scandal came out? He admitted, now this is a married man, mind you. He admitted that he was in love with Ashanti when she started dating Nelly. Now his wife probably should have gone upside his head if you ask me. But anyway, so here's what it says. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule are set to appear in the upcoming episode of Drink Champs, where they will discuss a multitude of topics stemming to the 2000s. Now, in a clip released from the duo Sit Down with Nori and DJ Effin, or EFN, whatever they call him, Gotti reveals he was once in love with his Murder Inc. signee, Ashanti, although she was dating Nelly. Now, Irv Gotti and Ashanti's close-knit relationship sparked dating rumors for years. But in 2003, it was confirmed that she was dating Nelly, surprising Gotti and the rest of the world. Okay, the Murder Inc. CEO used his time on the Drink Champs podcast to share how he learned of the news that the two were a couple. He said, I could get past you wanting to be with Nelly. This is what he said in the clip. Sounds like you didn't get past it, though. This is what Nori says. I'm just being honest. Okay, listen, at the time it happens, any man is hurt, he says. The chick you effing are in love, the chick you effing are in love with is with this ninja. Irv goes on to tell the story of how he found out about Ashanti and Nelly. He says, I was at home. Listen to this ish. This was God wanted me to find out. Okay, I was at home. NBA package. I was watching sports. Okay, then he describes how commotion erupted during one of the games. He then mimicked the commentator's reaction, saying, we just found out what commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti. Ashanti and Nelly went on a date for a little over a decade before calling it quits. Or they went on to date for a little over a decade before calling it quits in 2014. Now, Ashanti signed to Murder Inc. as the label's first lady in 2002. Her breakout success garnered accolades such as the Grammy for her self-titled debut album. She also broke records as the first female artist to occupy the top 2 positions on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart with Foolish and What's Love simultaneously. Now, Ashanti has since earned a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, authored a children's book titled My Name is a Story, amongst winning a plethora of other awards and honors. So in 2019, Irv Gotti's ex-wife, Deb Lorenzo, confirmed that the two were married for 15 years until their divorce. In the same year, Irv Gotti admitted to infidelity in his marriage during an interview with Wendy Williams. He says, when me and Deb separated, she caught me cheating. This is why I'm here. Ashanti is not a homewrecker, guys. Ashanti had nothing to do with me and Deb. Deb caught me when I was directing I Cry in Baltimore. Deb, being the vicious person she is, she came down unannounced. She said, I'm Mrs. Lorenzo. Give me the room key. The door was latched, but she knows I'm in there. That's what broke me and Deb up. So that's what Irv Gotti said. Now here's the thing. I absolutely believe that Irv Gotti and Ashanti had something going. I absolutely believe they had something going. I always thought so. Back in the day, that was the going rumor. That was like what everybody thought and was saying. Everybody was just as shocked as he was when her and Nelly walked up in the game. That's why there was a commotion. So with that all being said, at the end of the day, and then this is a man who admits this, that he was doing this when he was married. Okay, but he said Ashanti's not the homewrecker. Okay, so I find it all interesting. So, like I said, Ashanti said that he was lying. Well, I don't think I want everybody to know that I was sleeping with a married man either. Okay, and the reason she likely didn't tell Irv that she was dating Nelly is because she didn't have to. You're married. You should be worried about what your wife is doing, not the side chick. All right, not the side chick, but how often do these men who are out here philandering, lying, and cheating fall in love with their side chicks? Okay, that's what a lot of them do. And so that's what Irv did, in my opinion. As if he was in love with Ashanti, trust and believe it wasn't for no reason. She all but admitted that she had something going with that man. She said we were dealing with each other. That means y'all was having sex. That's what that means. Y'all was having sex. She said, but he wasn't my boyfriend. So if he wasn't your boyfriend, but you two were dealing with each other, y'all was having sex. Friends with benefits. And then when she says that Irv started hating on her and telling people not to work with her and don't play her music, that's because he was butthurt and mad when he found out about her and Nelly. He felt played because he was probably the one used to doing the playing, as most men are. But one thing about men, when men get played, they can't take it like women do. Women take it on the chin all the time. But men, they can't take it. That ego gets bruised. And now they want to lash out and act like little biatches. That's what Irv did. Irv acted like a biatch. But because he did that, had that whole little thing going on with Ashanti, doesn't have anything to do with this lady and her nefarious accusations that I don't even believe right now. I'm going to need some more proof. Okay? But let me continue. Now let's talk about the rapper Lil Reese. Because Lil Reese said lies y'all telling on him. He said he didn't do it. He said it's all cap. Y'all know he was recently arrested, okay, and accused of rape. So let's get into it. Lil Reese calls cap on the rape accusation stemming from recent arrest. So he's spoken out since his arrest about the rape, labeling the accusation as cap in a statement on his Instagram. Boosie Badass first revealed that authorities arrested Reese earlier this week, although the reason was previously unclear. Now, TMZ later reported that Reese had been on a dinner date with the unidentified woman prior to the alleged incident. Now, they say the two returned to the hotel, and the rapper allegedly forced himself on her when she declined his advances. She escaped down to the lobby and immediately called the police. Reese was released from custody on a $100,000 bond. So they said, oh, my sister reread the whole story capped and made up. Oh, he said, on my sister. Oh, my sister reread the whole story capped and made up. This is what Reese said in the post. If I look like, this ain't how this ain't it, okay? I know better. And the same way y'all posting that shit, make sure y'all post the case, get thrown out on my court date. All right? They do anything for clout and trying to come up. Try again. That's what he says. That's what he says. He posted that to his Instagram. Now, news of the arrest first began circulating when Boosie revealed that he witnessed police take Reese away in handcuffs in downtown Los Angeles, saying, I'm at the hotel downtown, and they just took Lil Reese to jail. This is what he said in the clip online. He came out handcuffed. They had all his bags. So if any of y'all Lil Reese people, y'all know to check on him. They just took him to jail. Boosie, why are you snitching? Putting that man's business all out here in these streets. But let me continue. Boosie went on to claim a woman lied about him, but didn't detail exactly what it was regarding. Okay, said some woman said he lied on him or some ish. This is what Boosie said. Some woman said she lied on him or some ish. Any of Reese's people, the Grim Reaper people, they just took him to jail downtown LA and put him in the car. Y'all need to tap in with your people. This sounds just like Boosie. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Hold on, beloveds. Here he goes right here. I could have saved myself the trouble of just showing you all the video. Because y'all know Boosie's a hot mess. Tracy said, not all men. Well, no. Whenever I'm saying anything about men or women, black people or white people, beloved, I'm never talking about all of them. I'm saying collectively. When I'm saying things like that in general, I'm always speaking collectively. Of course, there's always exceptions to every rule. It's never all men or all women or all this race or that race. No, it's collectively. The majority is what I'm talking about. Okay, please pay attention. Honey, because my man knows better. He don't want the queen to get real petty. But anyway, let me continue. Let me continue. All right, so here's Boosie right here.
Hey, I'm at the hotel downtown. They just took Lil Reese to jail. He came out handcuffed. They had all his bags. So if anybody, Lil Reese people, y'all need to check on him. They just took him to jail. Some dude came down, some woman lied on him or some shit. So any people, Lil Reese people, the Grim Reaper people, they just took him to jail downtown LA and put him in a coffin. Y'all need to tap in with y'all people.
And Boosie, you need to sit down somewhere, okay? That's what you need to do. You need to sit down somewhere. So anyway, the man said he didn't do it. And he said, just as loud and proud as y'all out here saying that he did something nefarious, to make sure y'all have the same energy when the case gets thrown out. You see, and here's the thing. The woman absolutely could be lying. I don't know. I wasn't there. The woman could absolutely be telling the truth. I don't know. But this is why I like to see what they say when the facts come out. Okay? I don't just want to rush to judgment and say, oh, Lil Reese did it, or oh, the woman's lying, because I don't know. But when you start saying stuff that doesn't make any sense, like this Jane Doe in the case of Irv Gotti, yeah, her story doesn't make any sense. Her story doesn't make any sense to me. Once in the chat, if the lady that has accused Irv Gotti of rape and assault, once in the chat, if her story to you does not make sense. Choose if it does. Choose if it makes sense to you. Once if it does not make sense. Let's see who the critical thinkers are in here. All right? Let's see who are the critical thinkers. Once if you think it doesn't make sense, does not. Choose if you think it does. Okay, I'm sorry. Looks like the ones have it. Ring the alarm. All right? The ones have it. Because at the end of the day, that story didn't make no sense. And anybody saying that story makes sense and that story sounds factual and believable with a little bit of evidence that we do have, you're just someone who loves to paint narratives and always likes to put out more salacious lies and details, because that's what some people do. Please pay attention. You know, the low vibrational people take stories like that and run with it. That's what they do. I'm sorry. I'm going to call a spade a spade. That doesn't make a bit of sense to me. I don't believe it. Not saying it isn't true. I'm just telling you I don't believe it. Now let's talk about this rapper, okay, who was killed in front of her beauty supply store. That she was having a grand opening for a very sad, nice-looking young lady, East Bay rapper, and this was all done due to gun violence in Oakland, California. A rapper by the name of Tanda God. Now, I never heard of this young lady prior to hearing the story, and it all sounds sad, but now friends are coming out saying that she was in fact targeted, which is what I thought in the first place, because out of all of those people, she's the one that gets murked. Seems like somebody might have been hating. Okay, so let's talk about it. Friends say Oakland rapper who was shot and killed was targeted. All right, this is all said. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to go to the clip. I have two clips. I'm going to go to the first one. Hold on. Here we go. Now, she starts rapping. Some music comes on. I'm going to have to mute it real quick until it stops. Hold on.
You should have never played with me, because then I got to take it to the third degree. You know? Like, so when I look at this little tombstone, I be like, man, it's crazy. So September 23rd is like the day I dropped Pond and Top. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put that on there. Well, not.
Now, in this clip, they say that a video resurfaces of rapper Tanda God trolling her allegedly abusive ex that she killed. I don't think that was smart. And his family as well after she was shot and killed. Oh, well, because they ain't going to do ish about it. That's what he said. That's a dangerous game to play, but let's continue.
Really, it's 3 years ago I dropped Pond and Top. This like the anniversary, and I just happened to have court on this. Everything just came together. So I got this to be extra fucking childish, making families mad. Oh well, because they ain't gonna do shit about it.
Smoking on that Axwood pack.
Oh,
Local female rapper was killed in a shooting in Oakland. This was Saturday during the grand opening of a beauty store. Another person was injured. Police are still trying to find the shooter. Cronford's Sarah Stinson has that story.
Okay, let me say this. It's very sad and unfortunate that she has lost her life. Okay? But Real Educated Soul said that girl was doing too much. She was in a DV relationship and deleted the boyfriend, went into his pic, went into PC or engaged and came back out dissing him and tormenting his family and friends. Yeah, that was not good at all. That was just not a smart thing to do. Okay, that was absolutely some dumb-ish right there. I don't know why some people think that's cute to be playing those kind of games after somebody's deceased. Byron said that's very close to Wig's move. You mean lying and painting narratives? Oh, of course, absolutely, beloved, absolutely. Now, with that all being said, Brand Slayer TV said Queen is glowing. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so listen, I don't know why some of these rappers want to get clout and attention by stomping on people's graves, going to the grave site and talking trash while standing on the people's grave site. I mean, this is all crazy. Now, she's got this replica of the man's tombstone, and she's boldly saying she's clowning him and his family, and they ain't gonna do ish. Well, looks like somebody did ish. I'm sorry, this is all crazy. Why would you do it? Hold on. Let me continue. Okay, so here's a news report. Hold on. Okay, so here's the thing. When this first happened, I thought she was targeted, but not due to anything like this because I didn't know about this video. That video just resurfaced. But days ago when I heard about it, I thought maybe she was targeted because she was a black woman opening up a beauty supply store. Because I don't know if you all know this or not, but there's a certain group of people that have a monopoly on beauty supply stores and hair and all of that stuff being sold. And so, and as well as nail salons. And they also have mafias within these groups. I don't know if you've all heard about this, you can look it up. And so sometimes conveniently, these beauty supply stores, these nail salons and the like, when they're owned by people who look like me, they tend to be burned down to the ground. STI and Tiny, because Tiny had one here in Atlanta and it was burned down to the ground. So things like this happen. So I was thinking when I first heard the story that because she was having a grand opening for a beauty supply, maybe somebody from one of those mafias came and did a drive-by or something. I didn't. I don't know. But now it's looking like maybe the friend or the family of the ex may have done something. Queen, did you hear about that young lady that married the guy that set up her boyfriend to be deleted? Then the guy rolled up. No, I didn't hear about that. It sounds nefarious, though. It sounds all nefarious, but I did hear the story about the lady whose every boyfriend that she's had, like 5 of them, they all turned up dead. And I find that very interesting. Okay, but anyway, let me share my screen so you all can see this report. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Hide behind the cars and stuff.
According to the people who knew her, they say the young entrepreneur and music artist was passionate about the music.
Hold on, let me start this over. I don't know why I can't start this darn thing over. Hold on. It's not allowing me to rewind it. Hold on, beloveds. Give me a second. Let me see if I can start it over. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now let's try it again.
An East Bay rapper killed over the weekend, and her friends say she was shot while attending an event at a beauty shop in Oakland. New at 6, KTVU's Crystal Bailey joins us now with more details on her life and what led up to that shooting. Crystal?
Well, the victim is known as Tanda God, a rapper with more than 20,000 followers on Instagram and a bright future ahead of her. According to the people who knew her, they say the young entrepreneur and music artist was passionate about her music, and they never saw this coming.
A woman shot dead in broad daylight.
Yeah, everybody like dogged and like hide behind the cars and stuff.
It was supposed to be a celebration. Glamour Beauty Supply on Telegraph in Oakland was hosting a grand opening on Saturday. The historic beauty shop closed back in May but was under new ownership. Friends identified the woman killed as Aliana Green, known as Oakland rapper Tanda God. The new owner of the shop, who declined an interview, says he invited the well-known Oakland rapper to the event because she was a supporter of Black-owned businesses. This is video from her Instagram.
He just walks in through that gate and just started shooting.
I hear some shots, right? So the shots I thought was just part of like the music, the performance, and then I heard like 3 really loud shots.
Vincent, who works the donut shop next door, says people came into his shop for cover from the gunfire. Police are tight-lipped about what led to the shooting, but friends of the rapper, who were too scared to speak on camera, tell us they think she was targeted, and witnesses agree.
He was targeting her only. I saw it. Like he wasn't like shooting at like everybody. He was just shooting at her.
I think the rapper was like screaming, I'm hit, and she was just laying on the ground until the medics came.
Police say a second person was also shot but survived. A friend of the rapper, Ernest Holloway, who's seen here in this video with her, says she will be missed in the local music community.
She was very passionate, like just very driven to be successful at what she did.
Rapper Mr. Fab declined an interview but says she was like a little sister to him. He posted on Instagram he will always remember her as a hustling go-getter with a world of ambition, drive, and courage, and a heart big as Texas. He says he was planning to attend the same event but says God had other plans. Meanwhile, the business owners in the strip mall are hoping gun violence does not hit so close to home again.
I'm concerned about the safety of our customers. If they don't feel safe, they won't come into the shop anymore, and that's kind of like bad for business as well. So, and this is a mom and pop shop.
Now, Oakland police say they are investigating the circumstances around the shooting. They're asking anyone with information to call them. Alex?
All right, we certainly hope people will do that. Crystal Bailey, live in the newsroom. Crystal, thank you.
All right. All I can say is you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. That's just the facts. Now, first of all, we know Buckhurst said we got to stop this crap, y'all. Ain't no we, honey. Don't put me in that BS, honey. Don't say we. Buckhurst, DC, do not say we got to stop this, y'all, as in you talk about all black folk like me. I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't have anything to do with it, Buckhurst, DC. That's what ninjas do. That's ninja behavior right there. I'm not a ninja. I've told you that more than once, okay? I'm not a ninja. I might be a Negro, but a ninja is different than a Negro. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Sierra said, I know that's right. Okay, please. I don't fool with ninjas. Okay? So that all being said, Buckhurst, DC, you need to stop. Okay? Don't include me in the mess, honey, please. All right? RG Titan said exactly. Byron said exactly, Queen. RG said absolutely. Samantha said fact. See, we're not ninjas. We're some Negroes. Okay? And Negroes always know how to act. Okay? We don't behave in such foolishness. Now, here's the thing. When that young lady did that video, oh, hell no, said, I cannot, honey. I can't either with these ninjas. I absolutely cannot. Now, here's the thing. When Andrea said it's not even us collectively, no, because we are totally different from the ninjas. Ninjas and Negroes are not the same. They're not like us, okay? They're not like us, all right? Please pay attention. Brad Slayer said, the Queen said, leave her out of it. Exactly. Now, Buckhurst said the bar is understood. I'm glad that it is, okay? OG Patrice said they not like us in my Kendrick Lamar voice. Exactly, honey. Now, see, here's the thing. I don't hang out with people, nor do I associate with people who would get on a video and taunt people about a dead relative. Even if that person was nefarious and she took his life because of abuse, that's one thing. But here's the thing you have to ask yourself. No decent person in their right and good mind wants to ever have to take a life. Even if it's in defense of yourself. Now you will, because survival instincts will kick in, of course. If it's you or them, then it should be you. Choose yourself. Defend and protect yourself. That's the first law of nature, self-preservation. That's what we all should do. But would you really be glad and gloating and clout chasing and clowning and trolling if you had to do that to someone's relative? Because the family, what did they do to you? And he was nefarious, that's on him. Why would you sit there and be trolling his mother, father, sister, brother, whomever? Okay? That's just crazy. And she obviously didn't care that she had to take his life for her to be sitting there talking smack and then said, y'all ain't gonna do ish no way. Well, somebody did something. That's why you don't play those kinds of games. You don't antagonize people because sometimes you F around and find out. You can't play those games with everybody. Some people don't know that they think they're invincible. They think it's funny and cute. They think they can go out there and say whatever they want. Nobody's going to pull their cord. Well, somebody pulled it. Because like the witnesses said, they were targeting her. That person was firing only at her, and they hit the target. Now, I'm sad that the young lady lost her life, but it was likely due to her own foolishness. You don't do that. What world does she think that we live in? Is this not a world and a country full of violence? And people using guns to solve their problems? That's what people do in the hood, where she clearly was from. So that all been said, yeah, I'm sorry she lost her life, but, you know, some things can be avoided. Now, she already got away from that abusive relationship, defended herself, and got rid of the attacker, alleged attacker. And now you're still dead anyway, after all of that. Likely because you rang him out. Loose lips sink ships. Okay? Ring the alarm. Byron said exactly, Queen. That calls for another bell ring, honey. Ring the alarm, honey. All right? This is all crazy. Re-educated Soul said, although she spoke ill of the dead, which is a direct no karma is real. Yeah, karma is real. That's right. Brand Star TV said it's a whole mess. It absolutely is. Hold on. Re-educated Soul said, as a former ninja turned Negro, I can occur. Not a former ninja turned Negro. I absolutely cannot, okay? So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. You all are something else, honey. I got to go. Everyone, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget that if you missed the morning broadcast on this channel, please go back and watch it, all right? I love you all to life. Also, don't forget that we're going to be live on the spiritual channel at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it, okay? So Andrea said, ring that conscious bell, Queen. All right, you already know. Okay, so I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick. Hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me?